I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg. Democrats are not going to win if we have a nominee who has a history of hiding his tax returns, of harassing women, and of supporting racist policies like redlining and stop and frisk. Look, I'll support whoever the Democratic nominee is, but understand this. Democrats take a huge risk if we just substitute one arrogant billionaire for another. This country has worked for the rich for a long time and left everyone else in the dirt. It is time to have a president who will be on the side of working families and be willing to get out there and fight for them. That is why I am in this race, and that is how I will beat Donald Trump.
Senator.
Damn, that's such a strong statement from Elizabeth Warren. And look at Mike Bloomberg. His face is, red from inside. I mean, she made such a strong argument. And yeah, Mike Bloomberg has a very questionable history. And it comes probably because he was Republican. Who knows? I mean, there are a lot of assholes, arrogant Democrats as well. But that being aside, Mike Bloomberg has terrible record with his historical racist policies, with the bigotry policies too, because he had a policy to target Muslim community. He has policies to kind of undermine poor people, not just of specific race per se, and also sexism. Like, there are so many non-disclosures his company has signed because of his sexist history.
We got to wait for Senator Klobuchar, what do you think the path is from this stage to the White House? What works?
I think the path is a high voter turnout. I'm the one on this stage that had the highest voter turnout of any state in the country when I led the ticket, as well as bringing in rural and suburban voters. And I've done that as well. And I'm the only one with the receipts to have done that in Republican congressional districts over and over again. But I want to say this. I actually welcomed Mayor Bloomberg to the stage. I thought that he shouldn't be hiding behind his TV ads. And so I was all ready for this big day. And then I looked at the memo from his campaign staff this morning. And it said that he actually thought that three of us should get out of the way. That is what his campaign said, because we should pave the way for him to become the nominee. I have been told as a woman, as someone that maybe no one thought was still going to be standing up on this stage, but I am because of pure grit and because of the people out there. I've been told many times to wait my turn and to step aside. And I'm not going to do that now, and I'm not going to do that because a campaign memo from Mayor Bloomberg said this morning that the only way that we get a nominee is if we step aside for him. I think we need something different than Donald Trump. I don't think you look at Donald Trump and say we need someone richer in the White House.
Thank you. Mayor Bloomberg, is a lot for you to respond.
Nice. I mean, she always had this cheesy lines, but it was good on Amy that she called Bloomberg out, and it's in a way it's satisfying to see all the candidates attack Bloomberg on all the horrendous thing he's done in the past, and pointing that there is no essential difference between Donald Trump and Bloomberg, other than Bloomberg may come across as more polished and can utter words better than Trump, but deep down they have very, very common, I would say, core or common moral. So there are not a lot of differences between Trump and Bloomberg.